we go out and we try to find the resources and companies that they need to do business with to operate their business. So we help them with payroll processing companies, workers' comp companies, accounting companies, coaching organizations, any of the things that they need to bolt onto their business to run their business, we help them with.
My friend AC Lockyer is joining me here on the Bring on Success program. Good to see you, AC. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. You're one of the busiest guys I know, and I follow you. I do. I follow you on social media, and you are everywhere, and you do so much. I wanted to get you on the line, though, today to talk about something that's really exciting to me. You and a bunch of my friends are going to be in Orlando, January 24th, 2023, coming up at Softwash Polooza, which I guess you're behind. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So Softwash and Polooza is my company. Softwash Systems is our national convention. We are 220 in-network companies in 9 countries doing soft washing, flying under the Softwash Systems banner. And so once a year during the off season, January, we take some time to come down to Orlando, Florida. We have our national convention. We share our plans for the next year, some initiatives, help them with their marketing, their advertising, their team building, and really set them up for success for the next year. And this will be, I believe, let's see here, let's do the math. This will be our 11th, I believe it's our 11th annual Softwash Polooza.
Congratulations. That is fantastic. Now, you've got a great lineup of people. And what's exciting to me is just about everyone on your list is either someone that I currently work with and good friends with, or people that I plugged into my system, like Marcus Sheridan.
Right.
Why don't you mention what Marcus is going to be doing? I'm excited about seeing him.
Right. The first time I figured out who Marcus Sheridan was, one of my in-network companies put together this video. And they put it out on YouTube and on their website. I'm watching this video and they're talking about soft washing and what soft washing does and answering the questions and all. And the whole time, they don't mention Softwash Systems. They don't mention the Good Stewards program. They don't mention our chemicals. They don't mention our equipment. They don't mention our training or Ask the Seal or any of the things we do. And I'm like, what's going on here? I was offended because they weren't hitting on all of the differentiators that we teach them to hit on. And so I'm like, oh man, I got to talk to this guy. I got to really figure out how I'm going to attack this. And so I call him up on the phone and he says, oh man, no, AC, there's this guy, Marcus Sheridan. And he says this book called They Ask You Answer. And he teaches you to do these videos as an expert, not talk about your company or your products or anything. Just come in an unbiased way, answering the questions, very vanilla, to make you, an authority and answer those questions out in the marketplace for the customer. So they'll see you as the authority and then go, well, this guy sounds really knowledgeable. Why don't I just cut to the chase and use the person that's on this video? And I went, oh, that's so good. I was so worried. I didn't understand what you were doing. And also, that was the first time I'd even heard of Marcus Sheridan. Well, as you know, we also have Softwash Systems in the UK, and we have Softwash Systems in Western Europe. And so our tribe, our network companies there in Western Europe, organization that we use there is called the Entrepreneurs Circle. And they were having their conference there. And for the last 2 years, Marcus Sheridan has been one of the keynote speakers there. And everybody over in the UK, all our people are doing, they ask, you answer websites and putting their websites together all that way. And I'm really interacting with this stuff. We're like, AC, next time you're over, you got to come to the convention. You got to meet Marcus Sheridan. So I came over to the convention and got a chance to see Marcus Sheridan and hear him speak and all. And they're like, hey, see, you got to get him to speak at Softwash Polooza. He would be so good at Softwash Polooza. And so I said, well, I'll look into it. So I met Marcus after the event. I shook his hand. I said, hey, listen, I'm going to reach out to you. We have an event coming up in January. I'd like to book you for that event. Didn't know how much he cost or anything else.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful, AC.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah. I've got a pretty good wallet or budget for this type of stuff, And so I got in touch with his booking agency a couple months later and was able to secure a deal for him. And he's doing more than a keynote. he's doing a full morning workshop for us. And so it's going to be 3 to 4 hours on, I believe it's, let's see here, that would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Thursday morning, full 3 to 4 hours. The whole morning block will be Marcus Sheridan sharing all of his marketing tips and techniques and his theology that has really, really helped him in his business, which is the in-ground fiberglass pool business, and his franchisees that he has around the country and all that. And we're just really, really excited to have him.
Yeah, AC, I am very excited. Now, I really wanted to come to your event, but when I saw Marcus was going to be there, that's actually what clinched it for me. I subscribe to what he does with They Ask You Answer, and we do this with our clients too. And it's really a game changer for companies. You don't even have to be in the home service industry. It could be anything. You want to be the expert in your field. And most of your competition isn't doing this on their websites and in videos or even an audio podcast. And if people can hear and see you or read what you do, and you're the only guy who appears to be the expert, you're going to get the lion's share of the business, and the business is going to gravitate toward you.
It's true.
Also, a good friend of mine is going to be there, Howard Partridge.
Yeah, so we've been with Phenomenal Products for years, I believe about 7 years now, and Howard Partridge has been a big part of my life and has been my coach. And then, Rick Jones has been my coach at the organization there. And so they've participated for about 6 years now with our Softwash at Polooza program. Howard has emceed it before and taught classes. This year, he's doing a business boot camp the Tuesday. That's the kickoff day for our convention. We're having a big party that evening in Club 39 there at the hotel that we're doing. Just before registration during the day, he's doing his business owners boot camp, and we'll be doing that. And we love Howard. Howard has just been such a blessing for our lives, and I'm sure for yours as well.
He's fantastic. He's truly phenomenal. If you haven't gotten to know Howard, he's someone you should really know. And honestly, if you're out and about and you go to conferences and conventions and seminars, and you're in this space, I don't know where you've been hiding, because Howard doesn't hide. He's everywhere.
Right. Yeah, and Howard's kind of funny. He's very tan. He has a house in Destin on the beach and that beach lifestyle. I mean, he's a carpet cleaner. He did very, very well in his carpet cleaning business and has now a coaching organization. And, he's from L.A., Lower Alabama, and he's very tan. He's got very white teeth, and he comes off a little used car salesman the first time you meet him. But I really encourage everybody. He is so good, such a wealth of knowledge, such a genuine person when you get to know him. Having a relationship with him and plugging in with him, and especially his Phenomenal Products group, will really bless your business.
I was going to say exactly what you said. He's very genuine. He really loves people. And if you go to any of his events, any of his conferences that he hosts, it's like being in church, and he'll tell you that. It's an exciting experience. It's not distant at all. It's a family. And his people who follow him closely, like you have for a long time, like I have, it's a big family, and it's a very interesting group. He's got great followers, loyal followers.
He does, absolutely.
Eric and Larry, some more friends of mine, are going to be there in Orlando at the end of January.
Super Tech University.
Super Tech guys. Okay. Yeah. What can people expect when they see Eric and Larry from Super Tech?
Eric and Larry, they're one of our partner companies. And so for all of our in-network companies, we go out and we try to find the resources and companies that they need to do business with to operate their business. So we help them with payroll processing companies, workers' comp companies, accounting companies, coaching organizations. Any of the things that they need to bolt onto their business, to run their business, we help them with. So I know Eric and Larry through Howard. And again, there were some of our in-network companies, because we've got several of our in-network companies that are in the Phenomenal Products coaching organization, that had met Eric and Larry and started using their Super Tech University for training, customer service, and just doing all kinds of tech, emotional IQ and technical IQ, and all the things that they do to really help you sharpen your technicians and turn them into super techs. Some of our network companies were already using them, and they were handling the ball very well and really gaining ground with those network companies. And I had never thought of that as a bolt-on, but they came to me and said, hey, listen, we're already doing business with a few of your people. We'd like to get a higher level of access. And so we brought them on, and they have just honored the opportunity so well. They're a great team.
They're fantastic. They have experience in the space, and now they can coach, train, teach others as well. They're fantastic. Looking forward to seeing them as well. Okay, so who should be attending this event?
Well, so all of our in-network companies, even though we're not a franchise, it is a requirement for them to send somebody from their organization to Softwash-Palooza, because we roll out so much at Softwash-Palooza. If you miss it, you're really running from behind the whole next year. And so that's the primary audience. But however, we do open up a certain number of seats every year to go to the morning sessions, have lunch with us, and then we move them into an afternoon session. And it's kind of like a expanded on steroids Discover Softwash. You get to do our normal Discover Softwash curriculum in the afternoon, those 9 classes over 3 days, but you get to experience the best and the brightest of our tribe. You get to see these keynote speakers. You get to experience the level at which we do things. I know that you've been to a lot of conventions. You've seen a lot of production value in some of these conventions, but we're kind of known for stepping up the game a little bit on production value. You know, we put together the most incredible stages with the most incredible speakers. We do 8K video while we're doing it, and the speakers love it because they get to be on the stage. That's very well produced with 8K video. We give that video as a gift to them. But when we put together an event, I don't want to beat around the bush with this. We set the standard for the entire industry when it comes to events. I'm a Matthew 25 guy. We have a Matthew 25 company. The Lord has given us a certain amount of opportunity, talent, skills, things that, He has blessed us with. We just don't do things halfway. We do things the absolute best we can. So it's great if you're thinking about soft washing, think about it as a business, want to go to a Discover Softwash, but want to really pack in some great speakers and great training and great fellowship and have a huge experience. One of those guest tickets might be right for you.
There's no question. If you're in the space and you don't know AC and all of these great people we've been talking about, or you're thinking of getting into it, why don't you inquire? What's the best way for people to reach you and get involved with the event coming up in January?
So it's really easy. You can go to our website, softwashsystems.com, and there will be a Softwash-Palooza link there, or you can go directly to the Softwash-Palooza website. Now, I'm going to spell it for you because I'm chronically not a good speller. And when I bought the URL, I misspelled Softwash-Palooza, so you have to do it just according to how I'm going to tell you to do it. So it's soft, S-O-F-T, wash, W-A-S-H, a Polooza. So A-P-O-L-O-O-Z-A. Okay, so Softwash a Polooza.com. You can go to that website, and all the information about the event is there. You can purchase tickets. You can find out about the host hotel. You can look at all the things that we're going to be doing, see pictures from previous years, see the really, really funny video I did about us landing Marcus Sheridan for a keynote speaker. I did a really kind of fun video about that. And you'll get a taste of what kind of organization we are. And then if you so desire to come, you'll get immersed into our culture and our environment.
If you're going to be working in this space of Softwash, you've got to be plugged in to AC and his team. I mean, you're the leader of it. So why wouldn't you? And it's not that expensive to go to the event. I would do it. It's a quiet time for many people too. It's January.
Right.
It's a downtime.
Yeah, and when you say why wouldn't somebody go to this, it's amazing to me. When I owned my Softwash company, I went from $0 to $4.8 million a year in 8 years. And then I split off my commercial company, and that commercial company that I ran, because my dad and I worked together for a while. When I started building this thing, it started getting real busy. I'm like, I'm drowning. I got too many hats somewhere, and brought my dad in. He and I operated it to that $4.8 million. And it got to the point where two bulls could no longer occupy the same hill. So I took the commercial, he the residential, and I took that commercial and built it up to, just under a $2 million a year company. completely turnkey, and I fished 150 days a year.
Oh.
And so had a lot of success with that. And so all of the business systems, all the marketing systems, all the HR systems, everything that we give you at Softwash Systems is what I use to build those companies, turnkey companies. It allowed you to have the time to pursue your life streams, anything you want to do with your family, incredible income, everything else. And you say, who wouldn't want that? Well, I tell you, arrogant people don't want that. Prideful people don't want that. Know-it-all people don't want that. People that aren't team players, people that are selfish. We've had to get really, really picky about who we present this opportunity to. We're not a franchise. We're kind of like Mary Kay for men. And we got some ladies too, but it's not as funny when I say Mary Kay for ladies because that makes sense. But but it's a network co-branding strategy. You know, you focus on the kill it, grill it, put it on the table, the sell it, get the production done, put the money in the bank. We wrap around you all these business systems and support and aid and marketing and all the things that we do to make it easy for you just to kill it, grill it, put it on the table. You don't put Softwash Systems on your truck. You have your own brand. It's our, you know, not our truck. We don't own it, but when you show up, it's a Ford, Chevy, or Dodge, whatever your flavor is, with our piece of equipment in the back. Every truck looks the same except for that wrap and that brand and that little Softwash Systems authorized shield that goes on the truck and lets everybody know, that is a Softwash Systems company. And so for some people that works. Some people love the unfranchised model, but people that are not good at being led, people that are not good at being held accountable, people that like to fight systems and fight models and want to reinvent the wheel or be the devil's advocate, please don't show up at Discover Softwash.
Good point. Good point. But why reinvent the wheel? If you want to be successful, why wouldn't you plug yourself in to a system and the people who've been doing this for decades, who understand, who can teach it, who can expose you to other great coaching and teachers? It blows my mind. You had mentioned, AC, arrogance, people who aren't team players, people who don't want to be led. And these are the people who say, I can do it myself, and they're still doing $385,000 a year in revenue. They are. Right. Or 500 maybe, whatever.
It used to hurt feelings when people would come into the organization and bounce out and, you know, say poor things on their way out the door and stuff like that. And I've just learned it's not me. It's not our model. Our model is a full model. It absolutely works. It's worked in 9 countries now in different cities. Yeah. I've just learned that when people fail, they generally are too prideful to say, listen, I wasn't at my game. I wasn't giving it 100%. I made some bad decisions. I tripped. I failed. I fumbled the ball. This is my fault. They leave and they create a smokescreen and a story and everything else so they look good so that they can make you look bad because they don't want to take the blame themselves. And then they leave and they do it over and over and over again with different people in different situations and all. And it used to hurt my feelings because I took it personally. I don't take it personally now. We've just gotten a lot better at picking the right people. You know, like disc assessments. Started giving everybody disc assessments. And, you know, I'm not going to go into the disc profiles we cut out and all, but we have certain disc profiles and certain percentages that if you test out a certain way on your disc personality profile, we will not bring you into the organization.
Because from your experience, that personality type won't work well with the system. And it all comes down to experience. And I can really relate to what you were saying, AC, about not letting it get to you anymore, because you get to a certain point in what you do, which is helping others, where you're like, I've helped all these people, so I feel pretty good about that, but I can't help everybody.
Right.
And that's fine.
We say you can't save them all.
You can't save them all. Even the president of the United States has at least half the country against him at any given point in time.
Yeah, and you know, even Jesus Christ, you look at Jesus, the Savior of the world. And, you know, I don't know what anybody's religious background is, but okay, let's just take Jesus. He had to be born, had to you know, mature to the age of 30 in the Jewish culture before he was considered a man, start his ministry. And in 3 years, he had to find 12 men, pour his life into them, train them, get them ready to take over the ministry and expand the gospel all around the world while simultaneously pissing off enough people to hang them on the cross.
I know.
Even Jesus had his detractors.
Well, absolutely.
Or else they would have never hung him on the cross.
Well, on that note, AC, thank you so much for your time today. Looking very much forward to seeing you and the great lineup of people at Softwash Polooza in Orlando starting on the 24th of January, 2023. It's almost a week-long event.
Yeah, it's technically 3 days. We have the Howard Partridge Business Owners Boot Camp on that first registration day.
I'm looking forward to it. I will have all the information on how to get a hold of AC and to sign up for this event in the podcast description, everybody. So just look for it there. AC, once again, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jim. Have an awesome day.